Hello, my name is Diarmuid Fogarty and I'm the Programme Manager for the English Language Programmes at Into Manchester. Many of our students take the IELTS exam or have taken the IELTS exam before and want to know how they can get better in writing. What I'm going to show you today is a taster of how you can improve your writing and write more efficiently by working on your introduction. What many people do is that they will write an essay, an introduction that looks something like this, where they're being taught to write something that's known as the upside down pyramid, which begins in a very general sense and moves down to a more specific sense. What I'll be advising you today is to avoid this kind of thing and go for a different approach to writing the introduction. It's important in an IELTS exam where you have very limited time to make sure that you're working effectively, but above all efficiently, so that the scores that you get at the end of the exam are as good as they possibly can be. Let's just have a quick look at this. Some people will be familiar with it. It begins by saying that nowadays this thing is happening. There's a great debate over whether or not sports people are paid enough money or too much money. In fact, this isn't true. There isn't really a great debate. We seem to have pretty much accepted that sports people are paid a lot of money, and yet lots of people will write this and they'll write that there's a great debate about whatever the topic might be. It makes it look very bad to begin with, especially if it's clearly not the case. What you should be doing is something completely different. Which is what? Well, the first thing is to understand that in any IELTS Task 2 question, there are going to be two parts. The first part will establish what the topic of the essay is, and the second part is the question that you must answer, and this isn't voluntary. Okay, you have to answer this question if you're going to get good enough marks. This is something that I found online, and it's a typical IELTS essay question. So just have a quick moment to look at that, make sure that you can understand it, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. See that the first part of this one is talking about successful sports professionals. It establishes a fact that they can earn a great deal more than other people, okay, and it tells you another fact that some people think this is okay, other people have a problem with it. This is what you're being asked to do. You're being asked to answer this question. You must discuss both of these views and give your own opinion. Now, an example of what it might look like, okay, how I would recommend you write this. Okay, just have a minute or so just to look at this. There are two parts really to this introduction. We have an introductory couple of sentences that just says what the essay is going to do, and then it has my own opinion. Some people will question this and say, is it okay to put your own opinion in the introduction? Well, I think it's important to remember that you were asked to give your own opinion, and so I would say that yes, it is important to give your opinion in the introduction. Why? Because you might have run out of time. You might not actually get to finish this essay. You don't know this when you begin writing. You hope to, and you're planning to, but you don't know that you will finish it. So at least make sure that you answer the question. This is the important thing, the thing that I told you you must do. So it's a good thing to do this right at the beginning to make sure that that box is ticked and you have done what you were asked to do. This is something that you could repeat in any kind of essay that you're being asked to discuss both opinions and give your own opinion. Let's have a look at this. you'll see that some of it's in red and some of it's in black. I would say that the bits in red you can learn, and learn off by heart, and recycle them in any essay where you're being asked to discuss both opinions and to give your own. So you've got the good introduction. It's something that will always be true. There will always be many arguments for and against. Okay, you're recognizing that you haven't got time to write about all of them. You have time to write about some of the main arguments. You're preparing the reader for what they're going to read, and this then becomes the good introduction. The important thing for you to do to help you with this is to get lots and lots of practice before you go into the exam. And the easiest way to do that is to sit down, find lots of IELTS essay titles, and practice writing and practice writing and practice writing. Time yourself, try and get introductions finished within 2 minutes. I think that's a reasonable amount of time. So keep going at it until you can get it to below 2 minutes.